Oh, thank you. Did you make them?
It's
Huh?
It's made with almond flour and dates. Ekadashi one.
Okay, thank you. Very kind. Okay, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So what happened in chapter 11 yesterday? What was happening?
Vritasura recited his prayers to the Lord.
Prayers to the Lord, yes. Who was offering prayers?
Vritasura.
Were they offering prayers to the Lord?
No.
What was his prayer?
That I want to be the servant of the servant of the servant.
Okay, yes. Did you learn that verse?
Yes.
You memorize it? Really? What's it go? Let me hear.
Hare tava padaika mulam dasanu dasava vitasmi bhuya manasmareta supatir gunamste grinitava karma karotu kaya.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Use of my body, mind and words in Lord service.
Okay. Yes, nice. Okay. And what else happened yesterday then? Just Vritasura was offering prayers.
No.
Why was he offering prayers? What had happened?
So the battle between Indra and Dhritarashtra started, Maharaj.
Yes.
So Indra threw a club towards Dhritarashtra, his powerful club. Dhritarashtra caught it with the left hand and hit the Airavata, which moved like 14 yards away.
Oh yes, right.
And Dhritarashtra was about, he would have killed Indra, but he did not, he refrained from doing that. And Indra in the meanwhile recovered and did not have faith that no, my club is not working, will the thunderbolt work? The thunderbolt is employed by Lord Vishnu and Dadiji, will it work? He had that doubt in mind. When he had that doubt, then Dhritarashtra started speaking. Then he chastised him for killing his brother and killing his spiritual master.
Yes, he chastised him, right? How did he criticize him? What did he say? What had he done? He killed his brother.
Yeah, Vishnu.
Vishwarup killed Vritrasura's brother had been killed. And what else was the charge against Indra? Vishwarup was his brother and
Spiritual master also.
he was also a spiritual master and he was a pure Brahmana. And anything else he had done? Anything else about Vishwarup, his qualification? He was not sinful, right? He hadn't done anything to be killed anyway. So he was a guru, and he was his Vritrasura's brother, and he was a Brahmana, right? And Indra had killed him. So Vritrasura is doing this charge against Indra. Okay, and then they're going to fight. Indra is reluctant to fight. Why? Why was Indra not willing to fight?
He was sure that although he will win, he will remain in this world only. And Dhritarashtra, although he will lose, although he will die, he will go back to Godhead.
Yeah, Dhritarashtra knows that if he can be killed, at the end of this life, he's going to go back to Godhead.
And Indra will remain here only.
So Dhritarashtra is actually eager for Indra to use his thunderbolt weapon. And why is Indra hesitating to use the thunderbolt weapon?
He's not confident, Maharaj.
Huh?
He is not confident in the power of the weapon. He does not have faith.
Doesn't have faith in the weapon? But that's not the reason why he's hesitating to kill Dhritarashtra though, is it?
Vritrasura is a devotee.
Huh?
Vritrasura is a devotee
He's a devotee? Yeah?
who is greater than a Brahmana.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. At least Indra is thinking that he's a Brahmana, and if I kill him, get reactions for that. He already had reactions when he killed Vishwarup, but he was able to share the reactions out with other people. But this time he's hesitant to do it again. Doesn't want to kill a Brahmana. Kill Brahmanas. Quite serious, right? Anyway, they come on the they're on the battlefield, and Indra had thrown a club, and was it Dhritarashtra caught it?
Left hand.
With the left hand. And then what? What did he?
He charged it back onto Airavata, Indra's elephant.
Airavata.
Yes. And Airavata was
Injured.
injured.
But Indra could use his hand to heal by Indra's mystic power. And then Vritrasura's talking more, offering his words. And what happened when Indra heard Vritrasura talk like that? Then did we hear Indra's reply? Did that come at the end of the chapter? What came? Was it Vritrasura talking all through the chapter? Was it?
Yeah, he was just talking. In the last part of the chapter, he was offering the
It's
prayer.
all Vritrasura. And he's offering prayer. And he wants to go back to?
Godhead.
Back to?
Godhead.
Yeah.
The Sankarshan Loka.
Sankarshan, yeah, he desires to, and he also talked about Narada Muni, right? The dust, getting the mercy from the dust of the devotees. So like that, he was trying to I don't know, it takes a long time to charge. What happened?
Is it connected?
Okay, I got it now. It's come. Mhm. Anyway, the chapter was about the previous chapter which we studied. It was describing Vritrasura's glorious qualities, right? His wonderful qualities. What were some of his qualities, Vritrasura? If you were asked to describe, what are these wonderful qualities of Vritrasura?
Brave.
He's very courageous, yes. He's brave.
He's detached.
He's
He's very to offer his body to the vultures and jackals.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he said you can offer, and he said, what if he gets killed in the battlefield? Then they can offer his body to be eaten by jackals and vultures. And what did he say would happen to him? If the body gets eaten by jackals and vultures, where's he going to go?
Oh, he's gonna be free from his karma, obligations and reactions of karma.
Yeah? He'll be free from his karma, huh?
Yes.
Okay. He said, I don't desire to enjoy anywhere. Dhruvaloka
Brahmaloka.
or
Brahmasaloka.
huh?
Brahmaloka.
Or Brahmaloka or
The heavenly.
huh?
When the earthly planets or anything.
Heavenly planets. And I don't want to be the supreme ruler of the earthly planets or the lower planetary systems. I do not desire to be the master of powers of mystic yoga, nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet. Welcome to Mayapur. Day and night, there's constant something going on all the time. Yeah, he has a very strong desire for service to the Lord. He doesn't worry about where he's going to go. He said, I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you. So he's offering these kind of prayers. He's very, very much absorbed in the mood of giving service to the Lord. So he's a very special devotee. And he said, all my attachment to everything, give it all up. Let my mind, my consciousness, everything be attached only to the Supreme Lord. Alright, so we'll go on to hear about Vritasura's glorious death. So Sukadeva Goswami is describing, desiring to give up his body, Vritasura considered death in the battle preferable to victory. O King Parikshit, he vigorously took up his trident and with great force attacked Lord Indra, the King of Heaven, just as Kaitaba had forcefully attacked the Supreme Personality of Godhead when the universe was inundated. I don't know about this. Kaitaba attacked the Supreme Lord when the universe was inundated. Anyway. Oh, huh? Okay, Lord Indra.
The Kaitaba along with Madhu attacked the Matsya Avatar.
Sorry?
The Matsya Avatar, Maharaj.
What?
The Kaitaba demon attacked the Matsya Avatar.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
It stole in the Vedas, was it? Kaitaba.
Madhu.
Along with Madhu.
Madhu and Kaitaba.
Fishing.
Huh?
Lord Vishnu breathing. Lord Vishnu.
What Vishnu?
Breathing. Madhu and Kaitaba, 2 demons.
Matsya.
Yeah, Matsya Avatar.
He killed them,
Yes, Madhurankakas.
but they fought. They fought with the Lord. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a big fight here. Not really a big fight. Vritrasura wants to be defeated. He wants Indra to kill him. But Indra's reluctant to kill him. So Vritrasura has to try somehow or other make him angry and get him provoked so that he will kill Vritrasura. So Indra was not happy to kill a good devotee. So Vritrasura was disappointed that Indra was like that. So Vritrasura threw his trident at Indra. Right? He wants to make Indra angry, get him a bit angry. So he threw his trident at Indra. And what did Indra do? What did Indra do when the trident is coming towards him? What does he do? Indra cuts it to pieces. Right? Indra cuts it to pieces. Well, text number 2, Vritrasura said, "Oh, sinful one, thus shall I kill you." Alright? Vritrasura, the great hero of the demons, whirled his trident, which had points like the flames of the blazing fire at the end of the millennium. Right? At the end of the millennium, there's a blazing fire. With great force and anger, he threw it at Indra, roaring and exclaiming loudly, "Oh, sinful one, thus shall I kill you." So, Indra cannot just simply be calm, he's got to do something, he's got to take action. And he sees the trident coming before him. So Indra, he's got the thunderbolt weapon, and he uses it to cut the trident to pieces. And at the same time, cut off one of his arms. Cut off one of Vritrasura's arms. And he said that arm was as thick as the body of Vashuki, the king of the serpents. Right? Vashuki, although it's a snake, was thick, So Vritrasura's arm was like that, is thick. But Indra's got this weapon and he could cut off his arm. So what would you do? You get your arm cut off, you think, definitely you want to go, stop fighting, But Vritrasura doesn't stop. Vritrasura is not going to stop. Although one of his arms has been cut off, he keeps going. And he hit him on the jaw with an iron mace. So Indra was struck, and the elephant that carried Indra also got hit. So Indra then dropped the thunderbolt from his hand. He's carrying that thunderbolt weapon, but he dropped it. So when he's dropped the weapon, then there's a chance for Vritrasura, he could kill him, because Indra doesn't have the weapon anymore. So does he do that? Does he kill him now? No. He tells Indra, pick up the weapon. Vritrasura, he wants to observe the etiquette. Somebody's no weapon, he's not going to fight somebody with no weapon. If you have to kill somebody who didn't have a weapon, that's not very good credit. People say, well, look, he killed somebody, the person was not even carrying any weapon. and he killed him. It's cowardly, it is not fair. So when Indra dropped the thunderbolt, then all of his followers, all the other demigods, they all became worried. The demigod, even is mentioned the demons also. They were praising Vritrasura's deed. The Vritrasura he came forward with one arm cut off, but he comes forward and he fights and he hits Indra with a mace. And then he hit the elephant also. The two of them both got injured. So they were appreciating, wow, this Vritrasura, he's really got a lot of courage. One of his arms is cut off and he's still going forward, he's still fighting. So he's really a real Kshatriya. Right? He wants to die on the battlefield. So when he dropped his thunderbolt weapon, then Vritrasura says to him, "Oh, pick up your thunderbolt, pick up your weapon and kill your enemy. This is not the time to lament your fate. This is not the time to lament." So he's encouraging Indra, you should fight. You can't be lamenting, "Oh, I dropped my thunderbolt." It doesn't do any good to lament. So Indra was thinking he was actually defeated. When he dropped the thunderbolt, he was actually defeated because he has no weapon anymore. So he felt ashamed. But Vritrasura wants to encourage him. He said, "Oh, pick it up, don't lament." So this is the nature of Vritrasura. He's got that kind of nature that he doesn't want to take unfair advantage over Indra. Then Vritrasura, he starts preaching more to Indra. What's he telling him? What's he saying to Indra? He's telling Indra, don't be attached. Sometimes we win, sometimes you lose. You can't expect every time you're going to win. No one is guaranteed of being victorious. You can't always think we're going, I'm a demigod, the demigods, we're always supposed to win. Well, usually, but in this case they did something wrong. They lost their guru, and then they killed their other guru. So, they're having problems. Anyway, who's the person behind everything? There's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's the cause of the creation. He knows everything. We are forced to take material bodies. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. So Vritrasura is trying to encourage Indra. Don't get hung up, don't get depressed. You have to understand the nature of this world. Sometimes you do good, sometimes you do bad. Right? Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada quotes Bhagavad Gita, Prakrite Kriyamanani. Meaning?
The soul deluded in the three modes of material nature thinks that he is the doer of the actions due to false ego. But actually Prakriti is doing all the actions.
Who's doing all that?
Prakriti, material nature.
Is the material nature doing everything?
The three modes.
Purusha. Actually Purusha.
Purusha. Purusha is doing everything. What about the modes of nature? They're not doing anything?
Yeah, it's carried out by the three modes of material nature.
But under the control of Purusha.
Huh?
Under the control of Purusha.
Yeah, bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes, thinks himself to be the doer of activities which is carried out by?
The three modes of material.
Carried out by nature. So Indra, Vritrasura is telling Indra that the material nature is under the control of the Supreme Lord, and He arranges everything. Living entities are not independent, but they think themselves like that. They think they're the doers. But everything is arranged. Victory and defeat is actually arranged by the Supreme Lord. So to be proud when you win and to be morose when you're defeated, that's useless. Doesn't do any good. We should understand it's the arrangement of the Lord. We should depend on the Supreme Lord. He is the controller. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, perform your prescribed duty, for action is better than?
Inaction.
Better than what?
Inaction.
Inaction, right. So karmani epadikaraste.
Mahafaleju kadachana mahakarma phalahittu mahate sambosta akarma.
Meaning?
You are karmani valkar, you have the right to do your action, but you have no right over the result of your actions. You have right to do action, but you don't have right over the result of your action. Don't think yourself to be the cause of the action, and don't be attached to not doing any activity.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good. Okay. So Prabhupada said this verse is very instructive for sincere workers in the Krishna consciousness movement. We should not be jubilant in victory or morose in defeat. One time devotees, they had a big pandal in Delhi. You know, it was a big success. Many people came. Prabhupada was very happy. So they had a big program afterwards. They all gathered together and devotees were all jubilant, you know, and they were saying, we did it, we did it. And Prabhupada looked at them and said, we didn't do anything. Who did it? Huh?
Lord.
Yeah, it said Krishna did it. We didn't do anything. Krishna did it. So Prabhupada said we should make a sincere effort to implement the will of Krishna, and we should not be concerned with victory or defeat. Our only duty is to work sincerely so that our activities may be recognized by Krishna. So that should be the mood in our activities. When we go for Sankirtan, book distribution, or when you have a program, you know, you make a program and you invite people. One time they did a big program for Prabhupada. They rented a big hall and hardly anybody came.
In London?
In
London, Maharaj? In London?
No, in New York.
In New York.
And anyway, they said to Prabhupada, oh Prabhupada, we're sorry, nobody's come for the program. Prabhupada said, what do you mean nobody's come? Didn't you see Narada Muni and Lord Brahma here? So Prabhupada could see divine personalities coming. So the idea is, don't be attached to the result. What should be the mood? Just to sincerely try to do our service. Work sincerely so that our activities may be recognized by Krishna. So that we have to recognize Krishna is always there behind everything. He's actually the cause of everything. We're just instruments in His service. Okay, text number, is it 8? All beings in this on the planet of this universe, including the presiding deities of all the planets, are fully under the control of the Lord. They work like birds caught in a net who cannot move independently. Wow. We're like birds in the net. You see the little birds sometimes, they're in the net, they're trying to get out. Yeah. I was in the Philippines one time, and we went to one place, and they had this big cage, it was about the size of this room, and they had a bird in it, and the bird was huge. The bird was just gigantic. It was in this cage, it was in this big cage. This huge big bird, and it saw me and my friend, and wow, it wanted to come and get us, and we were, thank goodness it's in the cage, It was so big. I never ever saw such a big bird. I never saw it again. I don't know where it came from, but it was huge, and it was not very gentle, it was quite fierce. You could imagine it could come. Just like they have it says in the Bhagavatam, there's big birds that fly from one planet to another.
Yeah.
Huh? So that bird, it was like that, it was huge, Oh, Krishna. So birds caught in a net, they cannot move independently. So we are also caught in the net of the material energy. The difference between the suras and the asuras is that the suras know that nothing can happen without the desire of the Lord, whereas the asuras cannot understand the supreme will of the Lord. So suras and asuras. How do we generally understand it? That the suras will follow the laws of the Lord, and the asuras, they don't like to follow anything. But then Prabhupada was just, in this fight, Vritrasura is the sura, and Indra is the asura. How is that? What did Indra do? It became an asura.
He was too attached to his material opulence. He was behind position. He is offending his spiritual master, killing the Brahmana.
Okay, yeah.
So
And he also did not have full faith in the instructions of Vishnu that the weapon can kill Vritrasura. He kept getting fearful, even to fight Vritrasura.
And Vritrasura, he's actually the sura because
he has faith in the Supreme Lord that after this birth he is going to go back to Godhead.
yeah.
And he is all the time remembering lotus feet of Narad Muni.
Okay. So Prabhupada writes, victory or defeat comes according to our karma. And the judgment is given by the Lord. So we're under the control of the Lord according to our karma. From Brahma down to the tiny ant. The Supreme Lord is always victorious because everyone acts under His direction. We may win or we may lose, right? Do you know some examples? Devotees were defeated. What are some examples? Different devotees, they went for the service of the Lord, but they were defeated.
Many times the Pandavas were defeated.
They were defeated
Yes.
in battle?
That the gambling.
Huh?
In the gambling.
In the gamble. With the Kauravas.
In the gambling match?
Yes.
Okay. And the dice, playing with dice, they were defeated.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Who was defeated? They went for the service of the Lord. They're trying to serve the Lord.
Srila Prabhupada tried to form the League of Devotees in Jhansi when it did not work out.
Okay, in Jhansi, yeah, Prabhupada in Jhansi was trying to establish some Krishna consciousness movement there, but didn't work out, right? Somebody else came and they got the property.
The woman.
There was some property, Prabhupada wanted to get it, but somebody else got it. Somebody with some political influence. You get it, right? Some other example, who else got defeated? They were not successful.
Jatayu got killed while trying to save Mother Sita.
Yes.
Who?
Jatayu.
Jatayu, yes, good example. Yes, Jatayu got killed by Ravan. He was trying to save Mother Sita. Yes. Lord Rama came and did the last rites for Jatayu. Yes. Another example. Lord Nityananda, right? He went the first time, they were not successful. They got chased by Jagai and Madhai. They ran away. Like that. So devotee, just the victory or defeat is not important. They're happy just to have the opportunity to try to do some service. That's the main thing, trying to do some service. You know, some devotees, they try to open a center somewhere, go somewhere, try to open the center. Sometimes you can't do it, they don't get any response. Nobody wants to come and take interest. But Prabhupada always encouraged devotees, even if nobody's coming, he said, just stay there. Just stay there and chant. He said, there's many insects, there's many creatures in the woodwork and everywhere. He said, they will all benefit from the holy name. And in the future somebody will come. In the future something will happen. Just be patient. You have to be patient. You cannot expect immediately everywhere you go that it will all happen and people will come and so many big temple. No. It takes patience, right? Utsahan naschayat dharya, right? So patience is very important. You have to expect there will be some difficulties. So Vritrasura is like the devotee and Indra is like the asura.
I have a question.
Yeah?
When we try to do something in the mood of service and then we face defeat,
Yeah?
we don't get victory and we are defeated. But it is important service to accomplish. But again we see we're not able to accomplish that, facing defeat. then how long we have to keep trying for it? Like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times? How many times? When to think that maybe this is what Lord's plan and we should not go ahead?
Well, another example is bringing the Ganga down, right? The different kings tried to bring Ganga down to earth. Who was it for? Maharaj Sagar, and then Maharaj Sagar's son, and then son of the son, right? Different generations. They tried, they were not successful until Bhagirath came. And Bhagirath, and somehow he got success. He was able to succeed. So they kept trying, just like spreading Krishna consciousness, you know. Prabhupada was not successful. He went to Jhansi, didn't happen. He was trying different things. He was trying to do something. Couldn't get anything anywhere, couldn't get any real response from people. But he didn't give up, kept trying. Prabhupada gave the example, Indian Railways. Keep, you know the saying? Keep the wheels rolling. Keep the wheels rolling. At least in Prabhupada's time, Indian Railways, the trains would go very slow, you know. Always late, you know. But keep Prabhupada said they have the motto, keep the wheels rolling. So if you have that nature, if you're willing to be patient, and then eventually, just like it took 500 years to spread Lord Chaitanya's mission to get it going. You know, they were trying, people were trying. People were trying to introduce Krishna consciousness, but couldn't happen, didn't happen, until Prabhupada was able to do something. He could pick the right place, go to America. Previously, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati sent disciples to England and Germany, and they got some response, a very few people, very small number of people, but something. But Prabhupada went to America. He thought America better. Of course, by that time, you know, England, the British economy had gone down a lot. So, and the American economy had come up. So Prabhupada thought we should go to America and go there and preach. And so Prabhupada himself went to America and he got some success. But not everywhere. And he didn't get success in the beginning. First of all, he was up in Manhattan beside what's his name? Radha Krishna. No, was it Radha Krishna? No, what was the name? Who was it? Not Dr. Radha Krishna, but there was one who wrote that. Was it?
Ramakrishna.
Anyway, the Mayavadi, you know. Some Mayavadi.
Vivekananda?
Huh?
Vivekananda?
Not Vivekananda, no. It was the same time Prabhupada was there. He was there in New York, and he was preaching to the wealthy people. What was his name? Something? Ramakrishna. I'm forgetting the name. Anyway, there was this. He was from India, you know, and he'd written some book and attracting some attention from people. So he was preaching this one. He was preaching in uptown Manhattan to the wealthier ladies.
Dr. Mishra.
No, Dr. Mishra, he wasn't. Well, Dr. Mishra, he was a yogi.
Yeah.
He was doing the yoga, you know. But there was this other person, quite prominent, you know. Eventually he gave it all up, but he had followers. And he was preaching to the people, and the ladies were rich, they had French furniture and everything, it's described, you know. And so and then Prabhupada was there, and Prabhupada was You know, he was sitting in Dr. Mishra's yoga school.
Allen Ginsberg?
No, Allen Ginsberg was a supporter.
Mayapur.
He was a supporter, Allen Ginsberg. But, yeah, he was a supporter. So, but then Prabhupada, he was uptown, he wasn't getting very far. So they told, why don't you go downtown, go to the Lower East Side, go to the Greenish Village, and all the hippies, and the, you know, the much poorer area, you know. You know, New York, you know how it is, if you go there, you know, one part in New York, people may be very wealthy, another part, people are very poor, you know, it's not all the same. So Prabhupada went to this place, Lower East Side, it was, you know, it was pretty poor. And Greenish Village was there. Greenish Village, well, this was where all the hippies were. And like, you know, it was that time, the 1960s. So Prabhupada is there, he went there and he got some success. He got people, you know, people got interested. And then Prabhupada sent some of them to San Francisco. But at first he couldn't get anywhere, and he was always thinking, maybe I should go back.
Yeah.
He was even thinking, I should go back. And he would go to the harbor and he'd ask him, what time is the boat, when's the next boat, you know. But he would never go. So, like that, you know, that's a very typical. There are many examples. So you have to be patient. You know, how patient you can be, that's another thing, you know. But you got to keep trying. Okay, we have to finish this chapter before an hour, right? Anyway, the Supreme Lord is always victorious because everyone acts under His direction. Okay, not knowing His foolishness, people think this dull material body that couldn't. And he's preaching. Vritasura is preaching to Indra. Oh Indra, if a wooden doll looks like a woman, or an animal made of grass and leaves cannot move or dance. In the same way, all of us dance according to the desire of the Supreme Controller. No one is independent. Yeah. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arsambridya Yari Yaichi Nichaya Setanchi Kare Nitya. Lord Krishna is the controller, all others are his servants. They dance as he makes them do so. And then he talks about the Purushas, the different elements, the mind, intelligence, consciousness, all of these things. We cannot create the material manifestation without direction of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. When a living entity becomes proud of being an independent Ishvara or God, that is his foolishness. Such foolishness is described in the next verse, text number 12. A foolish, senseless person cannot understand the Supreme Lord. Although always dependent, he falsely thinks himself the Supreme. So this is the illusion, this is the problem. The Lord does everything, but the living entity thinks he's doing it. Then Prabhupada brings up Karma Mimamsa, right? You know the Karma Mimamsa philosophy? Karma Mimamsa. Who propagated Karma Mimamsa? Jaimini. Jaimini's Karma Mimamsa. What's it teaching? Work. You just have to work. If you work, you get that is success. You get the result. But Prabhupada said it's not just work. He said you have to have the grace of God. You have to. It's not just only do the work and that's it. You may do the work, you may not be successful. And Prabhupada gives an example about the parents. They bring up the child, and the parents are good parents, and they try hard to bring up the child may still be bad. And he gives another example. He said, just when the patient gets sick, and he goes to the doctor, and he sees a good doctor, and he gets good medicine, but still the man dies. So there's some higher force. It's not just only work. Right? But the karma mimamsa people, they say, no, it's just work. They don't believe in God actually. They think God is under the control of people. If there is a God, He's under, they will say like that. So the Lord is the real cause. He's the cause of one being killed. No one is independent. Everyone is dependent. The true conclusion is that the only independent person is who's the only independent person?
Krishna.
Supreme Lord, right. A person may not want to die, but still he will be forced to die at the time, and everything will be taken from him. We become attached to working, and we get some result, we get some money, we may get some fame even, we get some power. You can be proud of that. But at the time of death, everything is taken from you. You have to leave it all behind. So there's ultimately the supreme controller is the Lord. He's controlling. We don't have control over these things. We're not independent, we are dependent. So, Vritrasura is speaking like this, he's speaking to Indra that we're dependent, you just have to do your duty. And he said we should do it without anxiety, we should be in equilibrium. We should be controlled, and steady. Everything happens by the grace of the Lord. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we fail. We just have to try. We do what we can. Thank you, Krishna. A devotee, if the devotee is successful, he gives the credit to Krishna and Guru. Right? There was the one man, he was cooking for the devotees, and the devotees were saying, Prabhu, your cooking is so nice. The devotees really liked it. He was Prabhupada's godbrother, and he was cooking, and devotees were saying, Nand Babu, your cooking is very good. And he would say, if it tastes good, thanks Krishna. And he said, if it's not good, blame me. Right? And we say, if it tastes good,
It's me.
and if it's no good, Krishna's mercy. Right? We turn it around. So Vritrasura is speaking the Krishna conscious philosophy. He said the soul is just an observer of the actions and reactions of the modes of nature. He is not bound by these qualities. So goodness, passion and ignorance, they are not qualities of the soul. They are qualities of the material nature. Pure soul is just the witness to these things. So what should we do? We should we should see everything as the mercy of Krishna, and we should be steady in our consciousness at all times. Don't get thrown off, don't become emotional, calm down, right? Keep your cool. We say keep cool, right? So we have to see everything, it's under Krishna's control. And Vritrasura said, just look at me. He said, I've already been defeated. My both arms have been cut off to pieces. There's no arms. He said, you have already overwhelmed me. You have a desire. But he said, I'm trying to fight you. I have a desire to kill you. I am trying my best to fight. I am not morose, even under such difficult conditions. So you should give up your moroseness and continue fighting. There was one servant of Prabhupada, Purushottam, and Prabhupada would say, Purushottam, if you are morose, you cannot be in Krishna consciousness. Right? Because the nature of the soul is Brahma Buddha Prasanatma. Our nature is to be Prasanatma, a joyful soul. Right? It should be that is Krishna consciousness. If we're in the bodily concept, then sometimes we're and then other times we're down, sometimes we're up, and sometimes we're down, because that's the body, in consciousness of the body, but we have to transcend the bodily condition. So Vritrasura has got both arms cut off, and still he's trying to fight. He's not giving up, he still wants to fight. So he wants to simply do his duty to Krishna. And he's telling Indra, don't be morose. Keep fighting. Text 17. And he said, in Indra said, consider the battle a gambling match. Our lives are the stakes. The arrows are the dice. And the animals are the game board. The animals are carriers. They're a game board. No one can understand who will be defeated and who will be victorious. It all depends on providence. Right? So then what does Vritrasura do? He's standing there, he's no arms. So what does he? He makes his body huge, right? He makes his body gigantic, and he opens his big mouth, and he swallows Indra and Airavata.
Wow.
He swallows them, and they go into the body of Vritrasura. But there's no harm to them, nothing, because Indra's got the Narayana Kavacha. He's got the weapon, he's got his thunderbolt, he's got Narayana Kavacha, so he's protected. He falls in, Vritrasura opened his mouth and swallowed them up. They disappeared into the body of Vritrasura. And when Indra's inside the body of Vritrasura, he cuts his way out, because he's got the weapon. So he cuts his way out of the abdomen. Just like if a woman has cesarean operation, she's giving birth, can't give birth, so they cut you open, take the baby out. So Indra came out, he was swallowed into the belly of Vritrasura. He cut his way out and came out of the abdomen of Indra. But actually, while he was in the body of Vritrasura, Vritrasura thought, I won. That's the battle over, because he swallowed Indra. So, what does Vritrasura do? He sits down and he goes into Samadhi. He takes Samadhi. He was sitting in trance, in Samadhi. And while he was in trance, in samadhi, that was when Indra cut his way out of the belly of Vritrasura. And Indra cut his way out, and then he took his weapon and began to cut off the head of Vritrasura. He's cutting off his head, and it took 1 year for them to cut off the head of Vritrasura.
While he was in samadhi.
Yeah, he was in samadhi. And after 1 year, then his head fell. So, when they cut off the head of Vritrasura, then all the demigods are happy. They're all happy. So, anyway, Indra heard the words of Vritrasura, and he was feeling good that, okay, very nice, he's preaching very nicely, and he's got the thunderbolt in his hand, and he's very straightforward. So, Prabhupada said, even so-called demons sometimes have exalted devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Indra smiled reassuringly at Vritrasura. Yeah, even the demons like Bali Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, they're demons, but they're devotees. They worship the Lord. So Indra said to Vritrasura, he said, I can see you're a great devotee. You're a perfect devotee. Despite your dangerous position, you're a great devotee. You're a friend of everyone. Prabhupada writes in the purport of text, purport of 19, Indra was surprised to see that Vritrasura, undisturbed, was fixed in devotional service to the Lord. For such a mentality is impossible for a demon. However, by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everyone can become an exalted devotee. Striyo Vaishyas Tata Sudras Tepi Yanti Paragatim. An unallied devotee is sure to return home, back to Godhead. So pure devotees are never disturbed in any condition, right? Pure devotees, they're not attached to anything. They may have money, they may have no money, don't worry about it. Just depend on Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. So here, this one man is telling about Vritrasura's situation. How it's so different. So, what's going to happen now? Well, Indra is praising Vritrasura. Is it, you have given up the mood of being a demon, and you've got the position of being a great devotee. You become a great devotee, you're a Mahapurusha. Mahapurusha. A great devotee. Vaishnava attains the position of a Mahapurusha. So distinction between a demigod and a demon is that demigod is a devotee of Vishnu and the demon is devotee of? Who are they devotees of?
Themselves.
They're usually demigods, they're devotees of?
Narasimha.
Huh?
Narasimha.
Lord Shiva, Durga,
Bhairava.
Kali,
Bengalis, like Kali Puja.
Today Saraswati.
You have to promote Durga in Bengal, otherwise you finish. Modi could never win Bengal. Bengal is Mamata. And Mamata is the Kali Puja. And Durga.
There's the Hindu who turned into Muslim.
he's Brahmin.
Yeah,
He's Brahmin.
No, she's not married. Brahmachari.
So Prabhupada writes, anybody can become a pure devotee, anyone can be purified if they will take shelter of a pure devotee and mold his character according to the pure devotee's direction. And Prabhupada quotes that famous verse from 2nd Canto Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami. Kireta Hanandra Palinda Pokisha
Amira Subhaya
all the different sinful races, they can all be delivered by the grace of a devotee. By taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord, they can all be delivered. Anyone can be purified if they take shelter. So demons are generally in the mode of passion. This is Indra speaking to Vritrasura. He said demons are generally in the mode of passion. So he said it's a great wonder that although you are a demon, you have the mentality of a devotee. And you've fixed your mind on the Supreme Lord Vasudeva, who is always situated in pure goodness. So he's appreciating, Indra is appreciating Vritrasura. He wondered how Vritrasura could have been elevated to the position of an exalted devotee. How could he do it? By the mercy of another devotee, right? Where do you get Krishna consciousness from? You get it from a devotee. You get Bhakti from a Bhakta, somebody who's got devotion. And then text 22, a person fixed in devotional service, he swims in the ocean of nectar. For him, what is the use of that water without mercy of another devotee? You want to get the mercy of, he said, Prabhupada said, or Shukadeva Goswami said, for what is the use of the water in small ditches? Water in small ditches is very little, right? Not going to be much water there. But we want to get swim in the ocean. Then the ocean of nectar is there. There's no water in some small ditch. Properly, a pure devotee is never attracted to any exalted position within this material world. He simply wants to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? That's our only desire. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, right? Yeah. Good. And the people of Vrindavan, they all feel like that. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Srimati Radharani, they just want Krishna. Any material happiness is like what?
Ditches.
What was the example? Material happiness is like water where?
Ditches.
Small ditches.
In small.
In the ditch, water in the ditch. Right? near the water in the ditch. Okay, devotee wants to swim. You want to swim in the ditch?
No, in the nectar.
You cannot swim in the ditch, right?
Ocean of nectar.
Swim in the ocean.
I can't swim. We'll make a small boat there.
So Vritrasura and King Indra, they both spoke about devotional service, even on the battlefield. And then as a matter of duty, they again began fighting. Both of them were great fighters and were equally powerful. Vritrasura was completely able to subdue his enemies, took his iron club, aimed it at Indra and then threw it at him with his soft hand. His thunderbolt weapon, Shataparvan, having 100 joints. And he used it to cut Vritrasura's club and his remaining hand. And Vritrasura is bleeding profusely. 2 arms have been cut off, and he looks like a flying mountain whose wings have been cut to pieces by Indra. Did you ever see flying mountains?
No.
Well, I saw them on the land. I never saw them fly, but they look like they could fly. Because what happens, you've got fields of rice, it's all flat, and then suddenly there's a mountain there. And you wonder, how did this mountain get here, you know? Because it's just right in the middle of a field, everywhere's flat. Then there's this mountain. Looks like it could have just flown in. But in China, they have these things also, flying mountains.
Oh, they fly there?
Huh?
The mountains that fly?
I think they don't fly.
Well, they say in the past,
They did fly. Governor was also.
Yeah, the fly.
Anyway, Vritrasura was very powerful in strength and influence. He placed his lower jaw on the ground and his upper jaw in the sky. He opened his mouth, right? And then he swallows. I don't know about if he swallows Indra and Indra's helper. He has to swallow someone. So just as a big python might swallow an elephant. Wow!
Oh, wow.
How do they do that?
Big python.
A big python can swallow an elephant.
Elephant.
They did an experiment. They got somebody to get, the python started swallowing him. And they just, what happens, the python will crush the body of that person.
Oh, yes.
Will crush. Yeah. The python has somehow that strength in its body they can crush. As it's taking the person inside, it crushes the body. Oof.
Ouch.
Not a very pleasant way to die, is it? You get crushed slowly.
Make sure you can touch. That is a truth.
And then Indra got swallowed by the demon. And all the demigods became very morose. And they're lamenting, what a calamity, what a calamity. All the demigods, along with Brahma, the Prajapatis, they all saw Indra being swallowed. Oh no, what a calamity. But Indra had the Narayana Kavacha, and he has also the Supreme Lord. With Narayana, the Narayana Kavacha is like the Supreme Lord. So he was protected. He had mystic power. And Indra was swallowed, he didn't die within the demon's belly. With his thunderbolt, he pierced the abdomen of Vritrasura and came out. Then he cut off Vritrasura's head. which was as high as the peak of a mountain. Jai Indra Ki.
I didn't say Jai. Buddha Jai.
Okay, the thunderbolt was going on for 1 year, and then the head fell
The
off.
thunderbolt was going on by itself.
Huh?
Was the thunderbolt on the neck and cutting the neck by itself?
No, I think he just used the thunderbolt. I don't know. What does it say? Although the thunderbolt revolved around Vritrasura's neck with great speed, separating his head from his body took 1 complete year. Yeah, so it seems like it was going round for 1 year. The thunderbolt was
So
there.
Indra just left the thunderbolt and went.
Huh?
So Indra was there for 1 year, or he left?
He'd be there. How can he go? And when Vritrasura was killed, then all the demigods were happy, and they're all celebrating that Indra's done wonderfully, he killed them.
I'm so tired.
Jai Indra Ki!
No, Jai.
And what happened to Vritrasura? When Vritrasura, the Indra came out of the body of Vritrasura, and then Vritrasura, he goes back to Godhead. He goes to the spiritual world to become an associate of Lord Sankarshan.
No, Jai.
The others are trying to make some money. Even big devotees sometimes are trying to make some money. Sometimes they need some money. Sometimes to do their preaching or whatever. Who was it? So the spark came out from Vritrasura's body and returned home back to Godhead. All the demigods looked on. He entered the transcendental world to become an associate of Lord Sankarshan.
Jai.
So what are the questions on this chapter? You got some questions? What are the questions? Have you got your book?
He left after 1 year, or
Yes.
after 1 year he left?
Yes.
Human hair or spiritual hair? 1 year is human hair, agree, spiritual hair.
Because this part was happening
Spiritual hair.
in spiritual sky.
Down.
Should we?
Yes, what's the questions?
What are the results of action determined?
Huh?
How are the results of action determined?
How are the
Results of one's actions are determined.
determined?
7,
How are the results of one's actions determined?
verse number 7.
According to
Karma.
Karma.
Nothing is written.
It says
7.
karma.
Verse number 7 and 8.
Victory and defeat comes from
The wrong chapter.
one's karma.
Yes. Next question.
Yeah, what did you say?
No, this I said that question.
Describe the beautiful mood of ISKCON devotees.
The beautiful mood of ISKCON devotees. What's the beautiful mood of ISKCON devotees?
Beautiful mood.
We should
To perform our duties on behalf of the Lord. And don't be attached to the results, but just be attached to sincerely trying to serve. Right?
We should not be jubilant in victory and morose in defeat.
Jubilant. Joyful. Okay?
This is very instructive for sincere workers in Krishna consciousness movement. We should not be jubilant in victory or morose in defeat. We should make a sincere effort to implement the will of Krishna or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes. Very good.
And we should not be concerned with victory and defeat. Our only duty is to work sincerely so that our activities may be recognized by Krishna.
Okay. Very good. Yes. Next question.
What is required for Prakriti manifested in 24 elements to create different situations for the living entity? Verse 11. What is required for Prakriti manifested in 24 elements to create different situations for the living entity?
The answer is the direction of the Lord. Under the direction of the Lord.
Yes. Nothing can happen without the direction of the Lord. Yes.
So answer is the direction of the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
Compare the Vaishnava and Karma Mimamsa philosophies.
Vaishnava.
Vaishnava philosophy and Karma Mimamsa philosophy.
So I explain.
Compare.
Karma Mimamsa, they say work is supreme. And Vaishnava philosophy, we say everything is by the mercy of Krishna.
Yes. Work is supreme and mercy of Krishna.
Yes? Next question.
Identify the philosophical points presented in the purport to text 13.
Oh, philosophical points in text 13. Okay, anyway, go ahead. What's after that?
Next question.
Uh-huh.
Why did Indra consider Vritasura a great devotee? Text 19.
Why did he consider Vritasura a great devotee?
Yes.
Because he's talking about the duty of a devotee. His behavior is like a devotee. He's talking like a devotee. He was speaking philosophically about how we should not be attached to the results of our work, and how we should work depending on the Lord, and we should do everything simply for the pleasure of the Lord. And the results are also given by the grace of the Lord.
The Indra was surprised to see Vritasura undisturbed and was fixed in devotional service to the Lord.
Okay.
For such a mentality is impossible for a demon.
So it's fixed.
Next question. How did Vritasura achieve such a status? Text 20.
How did Vritasura achieve
Such a status.
He was a Mahapurusha.
which text?
20.
20.
Mahapurusha.
In fact, devotee of the Lord, Mahapurusha.
But how?
If one somehow becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, whatever his position, he can be brought to the position of a perfect person. Isn't that?
I can't understand what you're saying. You're mumbling again. Speak clearly.
If one somehow becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, whatever his position, he can be brought to the position of a perfect person.
Therefore, one who becomes a Vaishnava attains the position of a Mahapurusha. This position was attained by
Maharaj Parikshit.
What is the question again?
How did Vritasura achieve such a status?
Oh.
Status is not mentioned in the purport.
You unwanted the illusion of love Vishnu, and because of liberation you have given up the demoniac.
Vritrasura was more than qualified as a
How can
devotee.
you give up demoniac qualities and become a devotee? That status.
If an unalive devotee tries to serve the Lord by delivering him,
Yes. This is possible, yes.
yeah, it's possible it can come to the position of a perfect person by trying to serve the Lord, by delivering him in this way.
Done.
I finished with all the questions.
Done with the questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Fast.
Okay, so we'll take a break.